ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our Trailblazers chapter of our story for this Spring 2 novel study book, Incredible Journeys, Discovery, Adventure, Danger, and Endurance by Levison Wood. As you can see here, as I said, our chapter is all on trailblazers. Now, if you're not certain what this word means, please pause, have a look, get your dictionary out, have a look at what it means, and then come back to me. Pause the video now. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our chapter. You should have paused the video and had a look at what the word trailblazer means. Now, if you're not sure how to look it up, you can always grab yourself a dictionary and or look it up on a website. But a trailblazer is the first person to do something or go somewhere who shows that it is also possible for other people. So here we're going to be identifying some key trailblazers throughout the incredible journeys and discoveries and ventures and dangers and endurances of history. So in the pages of the book, you'll find countless stories of daring and adventure, of people who set out to achieve something for the very first time. But the truth is, there are hundreds of more explorers who inspire me every day, and I want to introduce you to as many as possible. Here are some of the others who have blazed a trail going further than anyone believed they could. So there's Esteban de Dorrentes. Esteban de Dorrentes was an enslaved Moroccan who was one of the first indigenous Africans to reach what is now the USA in the year 1527. The ship he was on was wrecked off the coast of the southwest of USA, and he and a few other survivors went on to explore the deserts and jungles towards what would become Mexico. Esteban's inevitable skills as a talented linguist helped him to interact with the indigenous people he met along the way. There's Jenny Barrett. Jenny Barrett was a talented botanist who was born in 1740. She soon grew curious about all the unknown flora still to be discovered around the world, so she disguised herself as a man and boarded a ship bound for the Americas. Without realizing it, she became the first woman to circumnavigate the world. Along the way, she documented many little-known plants. When I set off to walk the length of the River Nile, I expected it to take anything between 6 to 24 months. It ended up taking 9, which was more than enough time to make me miss the comforts at home. But it's estimated that Barnett was away for sea for 3 years. But then is the likes of Valentina Tereskova. Valentina Tereskova was born in rural Russia and soon became obsessed with skydiving. But she worked in a factory and only parachuted in her spare time, so flying into the atmosphere seemed like an impossibility. In 1961, so not that long ago, she heard about the opportunity to become the first woman to go into space, and she volunteered without hesitation. After rigorous training, she flew into the sky in a tiny spaceship called Vostok 6. She was only 26 and totally alone, but in less than 3 days, she managed to orbit Earth 48 times. She's still the only woman to have undertaken a solo space mission. Wow, that's actually giving me goosebumps. That's so amazing. Now, this is going to be a fun one. Gudrid Thorbjana Hardottir. Sorry. Born in Iceland around 1980, Norse explorer Gudrid Thorbjadóttir set off on a voyage to Greenland with his father when she was just a teenager. Naturally adventurous, she journeyed on a Viking leader Leif Erikson's settlement in America, making her one of the first women explorers. Some Viking women went on raiding and trading expeditions and could relatively powerful positions in society, but even by Viking standards, Gudrunir made some epic journeys across the world. And finally, last but not least, Erik Weihenmayer. Erik Weihenmayer was always a talented climber, and going blind as a teenager didn't deter him. He summited North America's highest point, Mount Delaney, in his 20s. By 2001, so again, not very long ago, he became the first blind person to summit Mount Everest. And by 2008, he'd climbed the highest peaks on all 7 continents. I've climbed in the higher Himalayas, but it's enormously challenging. There are many things that can go wrong, and I rely heavily on my sight to look for footholds and emergency escape routes. The skill and fortitude required to complete such a demanding journey without the help of your eyes is a monumental achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, for some of your novel study questions, you will need to come back to this page. So do not forget that you can always come and re-access these links as you go along. If you do need any help with anything, please do not hesitate to get in contact and have a wonderful day. Bye.